the government having access to our personal information?
Not so great. I mean, I think on obviously the one side, which is always, of course, their argument is they need it for security purposes. But I was very cautious and very not happy when, laws were passed that said that they could be listening in on our phone calls. I think that, I get the sort of world that we're going into right now and how important that could be with terrorism and all these other things, but at the same exact time, it's like you can't just always be watching people and putting files together, and that's how you end up imprisoning people with no rights and having no say and having no real evidence against them. I think that's sort of a scary thing. I don't want anyone having that, and the government is not always good people. So I think that idea of having your information just so easily, accessible to them, I think is a scary thing. I mean, let's see them count up our votes properly. Let's see that first, and then maybe I'll give you my Social Security number.
Do you think that the U.S. needs a regime change?
I think that the U.S. needs its participation from its citizens. I think that we need people to be registered, and I think we need people voting. And I think, that's where we're going to see a change. If we don't have the populace voting, then we're going to have the same. It's going to be business. It's going to be the stuff that we see in the media and in magazines and everyone buying that. But unless we're actually going and voting, we're going to have whoever we get, as opposed to, recognizing that these people work for us. So if our health care and our education and our security and and everything, our economy is going to crap, it's because we're allowing it to. Someone has to take accountability, and obviously the powers that be aren't going to do it unless we do it. So I have a voting organization called Voto Latino. It's 4 years old now. It's just at both conventions, actually, and it's a very enlightening experience to see just how different the Americas that are fighting for, in this election right now. But it's really, at the end of the day, the America that's going to win is going to be the one that shows up at the polls.
Do you think that the election is enough, or do you think we need something more radical?
I think the election is probably obviously important, but it's a catalyst in the same way as, in 2006, you had 2 million young people hitting the streets going, the immigration issue was important to them. And that's really great, and it's great to have a catalyst that makes you jumpstart, but this election alone isn't enough. It's about who your council people are. It's about making sure you actually are paying attention when the different bills of legislation are coming up and voting and talking to, who runs your state, your governor, your mayor. All of those things are really important. Those are the people who really actually say whether or not your school gets money or your road gets fixed. And so at the end of the day, it's about not just going, hey, everybody, pay attention every 4 years. It's got to be all the time. And it's not something that's so difficult, especially with the internet now. It makes all this information so much easier for people to get. You go with the One campaign. If you get emails from the One campaign, it tells you, okay, today you need to call council person this is their number, because this bill is on the floor right now, and it either makes sure that children get food or don't. Call if you want to. Those are the things that we need people to be aware of, not just this one election, because that's why they spend so much money on it. It's almost to distract you and go, see, if you just vote one time or not at all, it'll be fine. And that's really not the truth of it.